Well, it is Sunday morning and we are back on trail. We just left Molas Pass. Got a hitch from Silverton from a very nice father and son who were driving to Durango for a meeting. And we said, just drop us off here, we'll walk. And we've got 6 days to get there. And that will be the end of the Colorado Trail adventure. This is really pretty in here and very different from where we were hiking before we went into Silverton, which was a really good town stop. We really enjoyed it. But unfortunately, the surprise that I was teasing about, that I was so excited about, didn't come to fruition. We had to get into town due to some altitude issues, and we ended up riding down a harrowing Jeep road and with a very skillful driver, thankfully. But yeah, it was quite the experience. And then we stayed at the Avon and took a 0-0 so that we could rest up, recharge, and of course do all the town chores, laundry, food, and all that stuff. And it was a great stay. And we were both very excited to be back on the trail for the home stretch. Being in the trees for a little bit is a really nice change of pace from being so exposed and high winds and walking around the sides of mountains that we were doing up way above tree line at 13,000 feet. Today we're down in the 11s, and I know we've got a couple spots where we'll be peaking up above 12 and getting close to 13. I'm not sure exactly where those are. They may not be today, but for now I'm going to just enjoy this beautiful shady trail. This is about the third tier of our rock formation. It looks like a wall that we're crossing, and it seems natural, but it's interesting how there are different levels and they go on for a long ways. I feel like you can kind of follow the rocks along all the way down past those power lines. What a beautiful day it is. I think that's the lake we just went by, and there's camping there. And now we're going up, but it's real gradual. I think really gradual for several miles actually, which is fine with me. All right, I'm gonna try not to trip and fall down the mountain. The surprise that I wanted to share with you was that we were planning to hop the train at Elk Park and ride it into Silverton, but unfortunately we couldn't do that. It only comes once a day, and we had to be there at a certain time on Friday. But we did get to see the train in Silverton, which was cool, and I'd love to go back another time and just ride it. It's an old narrow gauge railroad that goes from Silverton to Durango and back. And there's a stop literally in the middle of the field where hikers can wait for it, flag it down, hop on, and ride 5 miles into Silverton. So that would have been an awesome thing to do, but unfortunately it wasn't in the cards, and we are both just rolling with what comes and not fretting about it. So we're just taking things as they appear, whether they're hills and climbs or water carries or whatever it might be. So anyway, like I said, we had a great stay in Silverton. We really enjoyed the hostel. Lots of other hikers there. Just had a wonderful time and feel recharged and ready to hike. So it's all good. That's an interesting rock up there. It's probably got a name, but I don't know what it is. Okay, I used my peak finder, and the name of that rock is Engineer Mountain, which makes me wonder if it was mined, and that's why it looks like that. I just have to say I'm having so much fun this morning. The trail is lovely. It's not too challenging. It's a great way to ease back into hiking after a couple days off. And I'm excited to see Andy in about 6 days too. So I got a big grin on my face right now. The colors in these mountains are really cool. Just the changing layers as the mountains pushed up from the earth, different types of materials being embedded into the mountains. It's really neat. Someone told me the other day that the rounded mountains are ones that were shorn off by glaciers, and the ones that are still really spiky and pointy were not. Somehow this doesn't even look real. Looks like I'm walking through some kind of fairy tale land. And it's beautiful. A lot of the wildflowers are fading a bit, but some of them are still super pretty. Check that out. That is a rock made up of a whole bunch of other rocks. Doesn't this just feel like some kind of like magical wonderland? I'm just like, a couple really pretty alpine lakes down there. Looks like we're going back into the woods, and I have to say those last few miles, unbelievably gorgeous. Seemed unreal, and probably my favorite stretch, favorite few miles of the trail so far. How beautiful views have been replaced by clouds and gray and rain. For a while anyway. We waited out some thunderstorms that seem to have moved off into the distance, and we're heading downhill at the moment. And we just came across this gorgeous waterfall. Just a couple more miles for the day, but we need to navigate around all these rocks to the top of a pass up there. Heading that way. And here we are, ready to go down again.
I haven't seen anything like that yet.
No, that's amazing. Wow, that's a lot of rock.